It's from Assembly Member Whittle, and it's about Speaker's Corner.
Thank you for your question. I believe that free speech is a fundamental right for all citizens. As you say, for many decades, Speaker's Corner has been an important place in London where people have exercised this right. We must all work to ensure this remains the case for decades to come and that London remains open for all to express their views. You should be assured that upholding people's right to free speech is an issue I take incredibly seriously. I've now looked into this matter as a result of your question, and I think you may have misunderstood the Met's activity. This is not about freedom of speech. The news report relates to a criminal assault earlier this year when, in March, an individual debating on a two-step ladder was pushed off and assaulted on the ground, sustaining injuries as a result. An investigation into this incident is ongoing. The Met have a duty to maintain law and order, so at Speaker's Corner they've taken action to fulfil this duty and are conducting activities to safeguard the public following the assault. Public safety officers have attended the scene and provided safety advice to speakers opting to use ladders. These officers are continuing to provide sensible safety advice at Speaker's Corner to members of the public who choose to stand on high ladders or railings, particularly when the area is crowded and the risk of another incident is at its highest. Additional patrols have taken place in the vicinity with the view to provide reassurance and help identify the assailant of the assault. These patrols will continue. But I want to be very clear. The police response to a specific incident is not a ban on public speaking at Speaker's Corner, nor indeed is it even a ban on the use of ladders or soapboxes. I'm sure Londoners will agree officers on the ground have taken a common-sense approach in response to a recent criminal assault in order to safeguard the public from any further harm. For the avoidance of doubt, people are free to use ladders and soapboxes if they wish. The police appear to be balancing the need to keep people safe and respond to a specific incident, while at the same time enabling all to participate in the open-air debates and speeches for which Speaker's Corner is world famous.
Thank you for your response, Mr. Mayor. I mean, from what I can understand, you say that ladders, it's not a ban on ladders, but as I understand it, it means that you can only go up 2 steps on a ladder. Now, the thing is that it seems to me that this is police meddling of an extraordinary nature. And the thing is that particularly at Speaker's Corner, there was an assault, as you rightly say, but when the police actually came in and told some people to get down, I think there were about 7 people to get down off their various stools and ladders, there was no assault going on. This was like a preemptive thing. So the assault had actually happened some time earlier, about 2 or 3 months earlier. And it seems to me to be part of this growing sense of, sort of prevention, which actually has the effect of restricting. And this is, I know it's Speaker's Corner, but this is symbolically incredibly important. Been going for 150 years, as you rightly point out. Do you not think that surely, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and if this is sort of brought in with the rigour that it's already been applied in this instance, don't you think this is dangerous?
Well, a few things, just to unravel what you've asked. Firstly, the police aren't stopping somebody standing on steps 3, 4, 5, 20 of a ladder. They're giving sensible advice if there's crowded situations. And you'll appreciate, bearing in mind you appear to know the history, that 150 years ago they weren't using 2-step ladders.
Yes, but Mr. Mayor, look, you speak in public quite a lot. The whole point is that people actually have to be raised, as it were, from an audience.
Especially in
from
my height.
audience. And particularly those of us, and that includes me and you, are height challenged. We need that. But at the same time, surely what this is actually bringing in a situation where there could be, do you not see, more actual public unsafety because people will all be on the flats? Because the police are behaving in a preemptive way, surely.
I don't think they are. The police aren't stopping anybody wanting to stand on a soapbox or a ladder. When it's crowded, they're simply giving some advice, which is common sense advice, but it's free to people to take their personal safety in their own hands if they want.
Well, in that case, I think someone is not telling the truth somewhere, because in fact, this was actually reported to the Times that basically when this was filmed on this particular incident, the people were told you're not allowed to stand on anything other than your own 2 feet. That came from the police, right? Well, and they also said there was now a ban due to health and safety.
Sure. Well, as a result of your question, I looked into this, and that's not the advice I've received.
Well, I think that, could you actually clarify further for us in that case? Because, look,
sure.
A recent poll showed that 42% of Londoners now feel that they can't speak as freely as they once thought they could. This is a large number, and so therefore this sort of thing is terribly important.